So in his Playboy interview, why did it says, you know, all the right reasons, had photograph and rockstar, blah, 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 whatever. He later says, everything's dark and angry, but rockstar and photograph don't feel dark and angry, blah, 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 whatever. Yet, in 2005, he releases this album, and over an 11-month period, oh, I found out I'm pronouncing his name wrong, whatever, Chad Kruger, like Cougar, was arrested for drunk driving, getting to a fight outside of a Vancouver strip club, and punching a stranger who heckled him outside a Vancouver nightclub. So he sits there and says he swore off of violence or whatnot, and then he proceeded to have all those violent things in that short amount of time. And this was when he was, you know, living with the lovely Marianne Goriak. So what the fuck was up with that? They don't get into that, of course. And this is when, because he met her in, no, I'm sorry, I don't know when he met her. He proposed to her in 2003. So I wonder what the deal was with that. Because he sits there and says, you should never hurt anybody, blah, 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 and he's sworn off, you know. Okay, but this is 2008, so maybe by now, in 2008, he's sworn off of violence. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So, Selena wanted to know, she asked me earlier, and I said I can't get into it because I didn't feel like getting into it at that time. I was filming our conversation, not revealing anything personal about her. She wanted to know how, what she puts it, because remember she didn't know me back then, she's only known me for several months, okay? Something like, what happened with you and Chad Kruger, or how did you start thinking he liked you, or I don't know what she asked me. I don't know what the fuck she asked me, okay? I should preface this with, I have serious problems, people. And part of my problems derive from just being an absolute, I don't know, I'm in like shock that anything exists at all. And a lot of times I have to remind myself that I exist. And you can say, well, that's crazy. I know shit. My roommate, college roommate, Sarah, I was like, try thinking you don't exist and see where that gets you. Okay? But that's how I feel, nevertheless. And yet I'm encased in a package that you know, a lot of men like. So it's kind of weird. You don't make any, I know, I don't make any sense. We've already established that. Maybe a huge part of me is just in awe of that we exist at all. That there's something rather than nothing that I don't know. I don't know, people. I really, really, really don't know. But what I do know is this. Selena's question was like, I know how it happened. I've told you guys, I've said it before. I've said it, well, probably my newer fans don't know. I was in a lot of pain. I accidentally discovered Dark Horse. Nickelback had always been my favorite band, and I started believing that he had written that for me. See, that's crazy. Of course it's crazy. But the thing is, it should have just stopped there, see? I'm sorry, but even if, when we're going all out here, even if Chad Kruger had been one of my Alicia's World fans, okay? Because remember, I did Alicia's World in 2001, and he could have, we've already established he could have been one of my Alicia's World fans. He wasn't famous back then, and, you know, even famous people can you know, surf through the internet, you know what I mean? But regardless, he wasn't even famous back in 2001. Okay. But even if, let's just suppose for argument's sake, even if he had written that for me, okay? Number one, he was with somebody, okay? He'd asked Marianne Goriak to marry him in 2003, okay? So he was still with her. He hadn't made her his wife. But regardless, even if he had, I'm being hypothetical here, he still would have been as shocked as I was that I created those fucking videos where I'm telling him off, okay? We're just doing hypothetical here that he knows who I am, that he's watched my videos, blah, 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 whatever, okay? Because I can't believe I did that. Sure, I can believe I went out to stam his videos and wrote comments. But creating my own fucking videos, sideways, no less, okay? That's just insanity. That is such insanity that I can't believe I did it. And like I said, if in Fantasyland he knows who I am and has known who I was, and not because somebody told him about the crazy chick who's obsessed with him, but because he was one of my Alicia's World fans in 2001, even he would have to be fucking shocked as fucking shit that I created those freaking sideways videos. See? It's ridiculous. Music like really late, that could actually get my video copyrighted. I'm gonna make sure that air stays on so it'll be loud and maybe that you won't hear. Listen, does that make sense? Okay? Even if I was right, the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter if I was right, he's with somebody else, okay? But even he would have to be shocked that I created the screen sideways videos, okay? Anybody. I'm shocked that I created the sideways videos. They're ridiculous. And the thing is, they're out there permanently. YouTube is welcome to take them away. Remember, I can't access my ALICIACREATURE channel. I have no access to it. Just like I have no access to the website Donald created for me in 2001, okay? No access. Like I told Selena, you know, I don't look at my guest book ever. There's all kinds of derogatory towards me things out there. I don't even go near that for your guest book. I recently did listen to my songs and poems. I even put some up. You know, I was doing some video, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that I created those sideways videos, and that they're out there forever unless YouTube decides to take them away. And YouTube is welcome to take them away because I have them. They're all safe on my computer, okay? They're safe, right? But they're out there. Those friggin' sideways videos are out there. And for the record, I actually rotated them. Remember, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to rotate anything back when I created the sideways videos. I didn't know how. But they are, I actually rotated them all, and I have them on my channel. On this channel, I just haven't, I'm not going to release them. You know what I mean? But I did rotate them, and they're on my channel. And technically, I could release them if I wanted to, because they're considered a different video now because they're rotated. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like. But no, I rotated them and I'm not releasing them. But they are still out there sideways, and that's just how it is. You know, I can't do anything about it. Would I do anything about it if I could? Would I delete them? Probably not. Probably not. Who cares? Most people aren't watching them anymore. They have, one of them got like 15,000 views, but that's because the New York Times or something decided to ridicule me and post and link the sideways video and ridicule me and call me the world's most irrational Nickelback fan. And you know, I know. I need to stress that because remember, you don't know what you're going to do until it happens, which means even if Chad Kruger had known me from years and years and years before, okay, doesn't mean he couldn't have possibly been shocked as hell, hypothetically speaking, when I created the sideways videos telling him off. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. But I did it, and it's out there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Of course, Celine doesn't understand it. It's like, how can I explain insanity? You know what I mean? You can't explain insanity, okay? You cannot explain insanity. You can't. You can't explain it. No, most, if not all of you are going to say, well, you're insisting that you're going to go to your deathbed believing that he knew you from Alicia's world, etc., has known you all along. Yeah, you're right. Again, I'm not stalking him. I'm not going near his videos. I'm not doing anything. And what I choose to think, you know, is my business. And I will go to my deathbed believing that. And it doesn't matter if you think I'm crazy, because the fact of the matter is, if I was right and he never ever fesses up, then I'm just crazy for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So, whatever. Like I said, the fact of the matter is that even if any of what I believe is true, it doesn't matter, because everything that he did, any songs that he wrote, you know, whatever, he wrote them not knowing that in the future he was going to meet and fall in love, propose to and marry Avril Lavigne. See? Nobody knows their future. Which means he had no idea that he was going to do that. Of course he didn't. That was the future, see? So it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Doesn't matter. I need to stress that, because even if I'm right, it doesn't matter. Because whatever he did it at a time he did not know that in the future he was, in whatever, 2012, he was going to meet and fall in love with and propose to, and in a year or however long it took, whatever, in 2013 summer, marry Avril Lavigne. See? That was his future. He didn't know that that would happen. It happened, though. So, you know, but he certainly didn't know it would happen, even if, hypothetically speaking, he had known me from Alicia's World or written any songs for me or about me, whatever. He didn't know that in the future he was going to fall in love with, propose to, and marry Avril Lavigne, see? He had no idea that that was going to happen when he was writing all those songs. When he was writing any songs. When he was writing songs prior to 2001, you know what I mean? He had no idea that in 2012 he was going to meet some, you know, meet the love of his life and propose to her, marry her, and whatever, you know? How do I explain anything to anybody or to Selena who doesn't understand? How can I explain? Can't. Because I'm not even remotely her that did it. You know what I mean? Right now, the woman today, I'm not her. I am not her. That did that. That did that. 6 years ago. Right? 6 years ago. I'm not her. And I've been through more and more and more hell over the last 6 years, okay? Including spending fucking six and a half months, you know, in a fucking homeless shelter, and including living on the streets of Massachusetts here for 6 weeks. And my mother threw me out in 2009 because she was afraid. Not of me. She was afraid. She told Hope later. Hope's like, I can't tell you everything your mother said, but, you know, she was afraid that, and my mom told me herself, she was afraid Marion was going to put her back, my mom was afraid Marion was going to put her back in that nut house, so she threw me out on the street. But even all that is complicated, because I did a lot of wrong things. Joe doesn't care. Joe's like, your mother should have never thrown you out on the street like that. I don't care if she's afraid you're her daughter, but I know Joe. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say because it doesn't make any sense. Although in the end it makes perfect sense because it derives from pain. It derived from sheer fucking me being in pain, you know? And not pain over some stupid little shit, pain over what Donald had done to me, and then 4 months later my mother has her breakdown. She hadn't had any kind of breakdown in over 10 years, and she had a really bad one where she was calling up and waking. Remember, we're 3 hours time difference, so her 6 o'clock in the morning was 3 in the morning, and Donald and Hope would be upset, you know, and my mom's calling at all hours and talking crazy, you know. I don't know what to tell you, Celine. I'm not normal. I've never been normal. I wouldn't even know how to be normal. But anyway, all those fucking sideways videos are out there. Fucking crazy. But say what you will about me, people. I have just about, this is the same friggin' outfit I was wearing 17 years ago, okay? I went to clubs. I have just about gotten my full body back. Yeah. I'm a hell of a lot older and definitely a hell of a lot wiser. I'm also completely broken. So hypothetically speaking, it wouldn't have mattered if Chad Kruger or anyone had cared about me because I'm broken and you know. That is just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes, baby. So I read his interview. It refreshed my memory. Does it bother me? No. No. Doesn't bother me. Again, that's the nature of existence. He had no idea when he did this. He had no idea what his future was going to be or anything when he did this anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know if you could see that. Doesn't matter, I showed it to you in another video anyway. I really hope I get to go to Hollywood tomorrow night. Or tonight, actually. I don't know what time it is, but I want to. Found some of my Earth Cam TV news. Somebody that got wrecked, it looks like. Maybe not. It's just some of this stuff I probably would never want. Oh God. I'm not gonna read that to you right now. I'll just end with this. Remember I had a horrific upbringing. I had whatever, and remember Donald had etc., etc., etc. So you can call me crazy, but you can't fault me for just simply wanting to believe what, naively, whatever, that not only him, not only Chad Kruger, but his buddies out there knew who I was and was rooting for me, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, That's all I can say. I really can't say anything else, because, again, in the end, he didn't marry the woman he'd spent like 7 years of his, whom he'd spent 7 years of his life. He didn't marry Mariette Gork. He didn't marry Kristen Stewart Adams, who he spent like 3 years of his life. Then he spent like 3 years, and obviously he fell head over heels for Avril Lavigne because he proposed to her very quickly and he went through and married her. So that was all she wrote. This is to you, Selena. I forgive her, who I was in 2009, for being crazy. I forgive her because I know where it derived, from where it derived. I know from where it derived. I know how much fucking pain I was in. So, that's it.